All right, folks. Hello, YouTube friends. I'm inviting you into a presentation I'll be doing for a support group. I do it every month. We do some exercise together, and it's about a half an hour, and you're welcome to join us. And then I'll leave this up for folks to watch on the channel. Uh-oh. Hello. Let's see here. Let's see. There's Gil.
Good memory.
Yes, especially, it's only taken me about 4 times, but yeah.
We have Gil. I don't know if you can see Barbara. I think her screen says Jeremy Juarez, but that's Barbara.
I see Barbara. Yes, of course.
And then we have Tina, which says Zoom user.
Hi, Tina.
And then we have Carol on the top corner.
Hi, Carol. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. It's wonderful to see you all again. Let's see here. Any requests? I always ask that, and there never seems to be, but I'll always ask if there's anything.
And Elvis no, I'm kidding.
An Elvis impersonation. I do a pretty good Nicolas Cage, but I don't have the hair for Elvis. Actually, a funny story. I had a conversation with Nicolas Cage at a gym one time. He used to take his son to train with a boxing trainer that I had, and he was doing a movie with Meryl Streep, and he came over and started asking me acting questions. I'm like, is this really happening? Nicolas Cage is asking me about acting? I mean, okay. Meryl Streep, she's such a phenomenal actress. Anyway, okay, so welcome to my portion of the hour. I hope, am I late? Did you guys, it said started at 11, no? Okay.
Oh, so our 11 o'clock group, the ladies and I, we meet at 11.
Okay, so I'm on time.
You're on time.
Okay.
And yeah, you're on time. And I think last time, I think the exercise, we were talking about motivation actually when early on in the session. And one of the things we were talking about was how when it's something that's structured. So these were ideas that Barbara, Carol, and Tina came up with. When something structured, it helps when you have someone to do it with you.
Yes.
So like Carol does the speech exercises with Samantha every day, and she does physical exercises as well. And Barbara mentioned if there's chocolate ice cream at the end of the thing, she's ready to do it.
That's wonderful. Chocolate ice cream. It's funny because I have a little bit of a reputation for talking about sweet things. I've got a stretch called 5 scoops of ice cream that I like to do. I like to tell everyone, you're done with your exercise so we can keep going. So this is just icing on the cake. We talk about balancing a plate on your head, standing tall and moving with stillness of spine, balancing that plate that contains a tall, ice-cold glass of milk surrounded by delicious chocolate chip cookies. Don't sneeze. You'll have milk and cookies everywhere. Anyhow. Yes. So motivation. Do you want me to talk about, speak to motivation a little bit?
I mean, ideas to do those exercises every day, like trying to, if there's some other tips and tricks that you feel that are helpful. So we made a list that we're all going to check in on each other next week. So
okay. I do have a couple suggestions. And I just heard this one from a podcast. I flew to Chicago for my 40th high school reunion. And as I was flying back, I listened to a podcast and it was talking about motivation. And one of the things, what's up, Greg? I thought I might see you here. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
One of the things that the person was saying, the guy was talking about was creating goals for yourself. First of all, starting with a premise or an objective. Could be anything from, I want to walk better. I want to be able to get out of my chair better. It can be general. I want to work out more. But then what he recommended doing was putting small, achievable tasks that would lead you to that. So we all have different profiles and we all have different objectives, right? Or maybe a lot of them are the same. It doesn't matter where you start, but as long as you do start. The other thing I find very helpful is to write it down on your calendar with a time, a start time and a stop time. It makes it a little more difficult for you to skip it. And it makes it feel really, really good when you get to put a checkbox next to it, right? It's, we need to celebrate our victories, no matter how small. And the other thing they recommended, which I found interesting, is kind of right in my wheelhouse, is starting the morning with the affirmation of, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. And how are we going to make it great? Well, I'm going to call my daughter. I'm going to do my exercise. I'm going to do my exercise. I'm going to get to bed on at a good time. I'm going to sleep better. Anyway, so in terms of motivation, start small, write it down. Don't make it so daunting that you won't do it. And in fact, I would venture to say, make it easy. I'm going to work out for 3 minutes. I'm going to do 3 minutes of movement. Start there. Might be a way to start to get you into the world of doing. In fact, that leads me to think that it would be a good place to move into posture a little bit here. Does that sound okay? And we'll jump into some movement. I know you guys didn't come to hear me talk. You probably didn't come to hear me do exercise either, but you're stuck with that. But we'll start with a little poise and posture. So I'm going to ask you to come, and I'll stay here. I'll back up in a bit. We're going to do some ankle stuff. But I want to start sitting on the edge of your chair, sitting tall. And I'll go give us 2 cues, which will be a shortcut towards better, not perfect, but better posture. And the first is the no money stretch. They call it a stretch. It kind of is a stretch or a position. I like to think of it as a configuration. And I have yet to find a more aptly named stretch. No money. I mean, it kind of says it all right there. Hey, buddy, no money here. I carry plastic. So we got the no money. The shoulder blades are together and down. And I've talked to you about the most important part of your body I refer to as ground zero, which is behind your chest wall here on your back when your shoulder blades are together and down, which is achieved by just this simple positioning. The next thing I'll have us do is wrap on our clavicle, that little V bone right there. Right now, it should be a little, I want you to wrap it so it's a little uncomfortable, not painful, but like, okay, all right. You know, like your older sister or big brother used to hold you down and pound on your chest, kind of like that, right? No fingers. Okay, so now you're going to put that down. We'll go to the no money position again, and you can still, if you wrapped that clavicle, you could still feel it. I'm going to have you kind of just tilt it up in the air just a little bit. Okay? So those are 2 cues that will bring us up into a nice, tall, neutral posture or pretty darn close to it. What I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to take a big breath in through your nose and then return your hands to the tops of your knees. Chin is level in through the nose and out, and lower those hands, sitting steady. And I want you, you don't have to, but if you are willing to speak the words or think them, I am certain.
No caller.
Whoever that is, they owe me money. Okay. All right. I am certain, I am steady, and I am strong. Let's do that again, sitting tall in the chair. I am certain, I am steady, and I am strong.
I'm strong.
Right. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is slump. What? Yeah, just a little bit. Just like maybe even a half an inch. And I want you to say or think these same words. I am certain, I am steady, and I am strong.
I am certain, I'm steady, and strong.
Not all that convincing. It doesn't quite ring true. Come on up. Think of the no money. Think of the clavicle tilted up. I'm certain, I'm steady, and I'm strong.
I'm certain, I'm steady, I'm strong.
We're certain of ourselves. We know what we're doing. We're strengthening ourselves. We're steady because of the work, and we are strong because of the work. It feels a lot more appropriate and true when we're sitting in proper tall posture. So my advice, I guess, would be to face the challenges of the day with proper posture, with that confidence, that certainty, that centeredness, and that strength. I find certain moves have personalities, right? The one that occurs to me is I call this like kind of a chair jumping jack. I'm bringing my hands up and out to the side. Now, this might be a little bit tough for us, but I just want to take a moment to talk about the personality of movement. And this one speaks to celebration, to joy, to maybe the word, I'll back up here so you can see it, to maybe, might I dare say, the word hooray. Hooray, right? So there's that personality of this move. It's joyful, it's big, it's welcoming, it's triumphant. You know what it's not? It doesn't make sense to go, boo, right? It's much more appropriate to go, hooray. And noticing the personality sometimes of the movements can inform the movement, can make you feel the movement, the personality of the movement. Hooray. Arch back, 3 more, up, 1, and back down, and 2, and last 1, 3, and down. Now this movement for some of us may look like this because one of our right arms isn't working well. And I'm not saying this is a fact. What we want to be doing is the capacity that we are able to do. And in that capacity, if you're really getting up to that full open movement, even if it's only here, it's still the hooray, right? Okay, so sit up tall and straight. We're going to stir from the hips. We're going to move around. And we're going to think about the points of contact that we have here. If you're sitting on the edge of your chair and you have your feet on the ground, which I hope everybody does, the points of contact primarily would be the soles of the feet. Wiggle the toes. Feel that sole of the foot. We'll move up to the seat of the chair. You'll feel your hips moving around from the chair. There's another primary point of contact. Let's move it the other way now. And the third point of contact is actually primary point 2. And they are the palms of the hands and the tops of the knees. So go there to your awareness for a moment and feel the hands on the tops of the knees and see if you're able to distinguish the palms, the feeling of the knee beneath the palm, from the top of the knee on the hand. It's a little difficult. Let's reverse that again. The feet. Did you know that you have more touch sensation nerves on the soles of your feet than you do your hands? What? How can that be? It's true. We think our hands have all the nerve endings. Our feet have more, the soles of our feet. Let's reverse them. So we've got the soles of the feet, we've got the chair, and we've got the hands. Now there are other points of contact. Anybody know where there might be another one?
Your butt.
Your butt. Well, we are. Greg, that's what I expect from you. I call it your hips, but yeah, truthfully, it's your butt. Maybe I should just call it your butt. Yes, your butt. When I said I feel the chair, when I feel the chair beneath my hips, I'm avoiding saying my butt. But thanks for bringing it up. That's way more accurate. Where else do we have points of contact? You will feel them as we move around here. Let's reverse it. The fabric of your shirt. The fabric of your pants. Or as Greg would say, the fabric of your underwear. And let's come on up. Center.
Pick on Greg Day.
Yeah, that's right. Wiggle your toes. Align yourself tall. And tell yourself, I am certain, I am centered, and I am strong. Let's take a couple of breaths. Is that John? What's up, John? Let's turn.
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? Oh, I wish. That's way above my pay grade. Let's go ahead and turn our head to the right. Isn't it truthfully amazing how hard it is to get into a doctor's office these days? And let's release that and turn our head to the left, especially the movement disorder folks. I can't pull strings anymore either. Back to center. Tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. And across left to your left shoulder. And back to center. And let's go ahead and open our hands up wide. I don't know why it is, Sabina, maybe you know or you've heard, why sometimes people with Parkinson's have a hard time going past that and getting to that. I'm not really sure why. It is a movement disorder, right? Movement disease. So sometimes activation is tough, but I'm going to give you a cue that's going to help you get to that wide handing place. If you open as hard as you can, and then you just relax subtly, you'll feel a rubber bandy effect in those fingers in that hand.
One of the right on it.
Good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel like this session is going right now? Well, that's just fabulous. Everybody's voting 10. Okay. So feel that rubber bandy effect.
Sure.
That is stored or trapped accessible energy in our soft tissues. Go ahead and lower your hands to the tops of your knees. Sit tall. We experienced that the moment we came out and took our first breath. And we're going to take a big breath in. And we did this last time, but I want to do it just for a moment again. You're going to go in through your nose, and then you're just going to relax. And you're going to let the air be expelled from your cavity in your lungs by the elasticity stored in the lungs. And in fact, what we'll do is we'll match this with the springing of our hands to see if we can feel the parallel. So let's go ahead. Big breath in through the nose. Open the hands up. And just relax the hands and relax. And you'll feel that air just come out, right? It's really no effort. Let's do this again. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And just feel the air be escorted out by the ribs. Here we go. And all at once, you'll feel maybe the timing of the hands and the ribs together. We'll do it one more time. Here we go. And we're going to stir around in a circle. Our ligaments, our tendons, our muscles, our skin, our bones have that elasticity component to them. In fact, elite athletes will often do exercises that allow them to access that, to deliver more force or power than is being supplied by just the muscle system. And it's important for us to know that, I think. We're going to do a little kind of quiet meditation drill. We did this last time. We're going to not worry about the opening of the hands because we've done that. But we are going to take a big breath in. This is a check-in drill, a calming drill. What we're going to do is we're going to take a big breath in through the nose and we're going to let it expel just as we did. Now, there will be residual air in your lungs, right? Because in order to get all that air out, you're never going to get it all out. But in order to get the residual air mostly out, you would have to squeeze it out, right? So we're going to stop short of doing that. We're just going to take a big breath in with our eyes closed, and then we're going to release the air, and we're going to sit here with your mouth slightly open, no air going out, no air coming in, and you're going to listen to your body in that quietness, in that moment. And I like closing the eyes because it kind of heightens the awareness on your other senses, right? Because we don't have that huge, loud feedback of what's in front of us. So here we go. Go ahead and close your eyes. Breathe naturally for a moment. And as you sit here, once that air comes out, you'll feel the impulse to take a breath rise. Don't turn blue in your face. Just sit there as long as you comfortably can. And then when you start to breathe again, I want you to stir yourself out. You'll be sitting quietly, straight up and down. And as you take that breath, you're going to stir and awake and then open your eyes. I want you to be aware of that moment the air is out. You're quietly sitting to the stirring moment where you decide to take another breath. Listen to that space. Eyes closed, in through the nose, big breath in. Here we go. And now I'm stirring and coming out. That quiet place, it's there throughout the day. We never experience it. We never think about it. It's a nice place to go to calm yourself down and be. We'll do it one more time and then we'll do some more movement. So align yourself first. I'll talk you through it. Don't jump right into it. We're going to ease in. Shrug, get yourself comfortable, seated tall. Okay, eyes closed. Big breath in through the nose. And stir. Maybe that time you noticed other things. For me, I heard the birds. I hadn't noticed them before. I was self-checking. I didn't notice it. My hearing came alive. I heard a leaf coming down from a tree. I've got a big row of trees here. We'll do it one more time and see if you notice anything else. Breathe normally. Let's prepare. If you do this too much in a row, you're going to hyperventilate maybe. So we'll put some normal breathing behind, in between it. Sitting tall on the edge of the chair. Let's go through the points of contact before we get into it. Feet, butt, hands, close, eyes closed, in through the nose, and let it go. And stir out. It'll be different from each of us. Helicopter came in. I heard more definitively the sounds that I'd heard before. But I think it's a good exercise at checking in and calming and breathing and being. Let's go ahead and shrug a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do a little movement here. We'll do a stretch, and then I'll let you be on your way. But I had said before we were going to do some ankle work, so I want to do that. This is small but important stuff. I want you to lift your toes up as high as you can. Then I want to lift your heels up, back and forth. We're going to do a little coordination drill. That's going to help with ankle movement and gait, believe it or not, even though we're in the chair. But I want to kind of churn these ankles a little bit. The ankles are so important. If you have a problem with the way your ankle functions, pronation, supination, or something like that, it can affect your shoulders. All the way up the kinetic chain can be affected by the ankle. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to lift that right toe and we're going to lift that left ankle. And we're going to go back and forth, flossing that ankle joint. Think of it as lubricating or flossing. So the toes and the heels are coming up as absolutely high as possible. And we're going to go back to this drill, but before we do, I want to do supination and pronation. You're going to make two fists, and you're going to put them between your knees. That's going to prevent us from moving our legs all around. Put a little gentle squeeze on those fists, and you're going to open the arch of the foot. So lift the inner edge of the foot up, and then see if you can lift the outer edge of the foot up. And I'll grant you that this is a little small movement that is hard to do because this supination and pronation of the ankle joint is something we do, but we never think about it. We never practice it. I'm just going like this with the feet. Okay, I won't spend too much time on that. We're going to go back to lifting that toe and lifting that heel. Let's go ahead and mobilize back and forth a little bit. And what I'm going to have us do is coordinate an arm swing that would match the function of the ankle if we were to walk. As I lift this toe, that's what happens when I'm walking forward with this leg. I have to lift the toe, right, as I stride forward. As I stride forward with this heel is going to be up because I'm going to be pushing down. That's the way we walk, right? So let's see if we can coordinate this. Lift this toe. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I know it's annoying, but lift that toe and lift that ankle and pause there. Reach forward with your left arm and reach back with. We're going to drop them and switch and pause. And drop and switch and pause. And switch. And switch. One more and switch. Now we're going to switch and we're going to go and continue. Here we go. And what is occurring now, if you're doing it, is the ankle function is going to match the movement of the arms as we were walking. And this is kind of, if you do this and you get up and walk, you can kind of see more of the connection. But it's kind of like juggling, what we're doing here. In addition to the movement, it's the brain-body coordination. And I would make the argument that even if you're not being successful in getting it perfect, the effort you're putting in to do the coordinated movement is brain exercise and valuable whether or not you're successful. Let's go ahead and stop. Oh, look, a huge pile of leaves. Let's let our arms fall down to the side here and let's grab a fistful in each hand and let's bring them up and across over the fence onto the neighbor's lawn. It's time to make some mischief. 3 more on this side. 1, open the hands up. Really imagine you're doing the action, 2, of grabbing the leaves. And as you release them, flick the fingers. Oh, look, a nice pile of leaves down here. Equal opportunity neighbor. That's at the other side of the other fence on the other neighbor's lawn. Here we go. As I like to see, these leaves fell from their trees anyway. Let's do a couple more, and then we'll go into an alternating pattern. Reach down from the hips. Rotate up. Don't slump the spine. 2 more. 1 and 2. Let's reach down to the right, and this time let's throw them straight up overhead so the leaves shower down on us. I'm pretty reasonably certain that none of us have done this recently, throwing leaves up in the air and letting them fall down on your head, but I'd be willing to bet every single one of us as a child threw leaves in the air and let them rain down on our head. It's just what kids sometimes do. I can recall the little bits of leaves falling down the back of my shirt, itching like crazy. Oh, 2 more. Up 1. Up 2, and let's dive down into that turquoise river. It's crystal clear and warm. Let's go for a quick swim. Maybe you can recall from years ago when you swam in a river. I remember as a child, we went to this river and it was so mysterious. It was deep. It was 15 feet deep. And there was beautiful flat stones, big boulders along the edge of the stream. And I could look down and see the fish. And I was a little boy. It was captivating. Wonder if it's still that clear. 6, 5, 4. Of course, pain-free range of motion. 3, 2, and 1. Out. See if you can let the arms swirl across the surface of the water. Tall in the chair, but we're actually, in our mind's eye, maybe standing in the river. Let it flow. And let's go ahead and let our hands lower until they find the tops of the knees. Tall, let's stir. And let's reverse that. And we're going to come back up to center. Tilt that clavicle up, pull the shoulder blades together and down. We're going to do our big breath in through the nose, expel the air with our eyes closed, and we're going to sit there one last time until we feel like taking a breath, and we will stir ourselves out of it. Here we go, eyes closed. Big breath in through the nose, fill the lungs. And when you're ready, stir and open. Back to tall, seated posture. Say it with me. I am certain.
I am certain.
I'm steady.
Strong.
And I'm strong.
I'm strong.
Strong.
Yes, you are, Gil. All right, everybody, put your hands together. I'll come in to see if we have any questions or requests. I hope that was fun. I don't know. It's fun. You know, I love being with you guys. And the fun thing is I never plan anything. I have some general ideas about what I want to do, but you guys are such good sports. You go right along with it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you, Sabina.
All right. Thanks, Patrick. Thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure. I enjoy it.
All right. I'll reach out to you for next month, too.
Okay, sounds
Thank
good.
you for reminding me today.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I didn't. Last time I screwed up, so I'm glad we had it right. All right, everybody. Have a great week and a safe weekend. I guess maybe I'll see you guys in a month.
Great.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Greg.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. All right. So that was that, YouTube. I've done presentations to them, I don't know, probably 6 times over the years. And now they're having me back every month. I like to broadcast it. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. And we'll see you in class tomorrow. 10:30 a.m. energetic, 12 p.m. gentle Pacific time. I'll be broadcasting live again. See ya.